Let's go.
Are you ready? I said, are you ready? Feed me.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. My name is Big Daddy Cool Vinny Apicella, and I'm here with you with yet another attack to your audiological senses known as the Sportswire. Folks, today is Monday, October 5th, 2015, and we are here live for you from our Sportswire studios in New Britain, Connecticut. And you know what? We've got a jam-packed show for you today. We've got a lot to talk about. We've got NFL Week 4 news. How did the Pittsburgh Steelers fare without Ben Roethlisberger with Michael Vick at the helm? How did the Steelers, how did the Saints and Dallas end up last night on Sunday Night Football? What's going to happen tonight on Monday Night Football? We've got a lot to go over. How did the SWE Powerhouse do in fantasy football this week? Now, granted, there's still one game, but we already know the results of that. It's been tweeted. It was posted on Facebook yesterday how the SWE Powerhouse did. As always, surf on over to Twitter and follow us on Twitter, Periscope, Instagram, Foursquare, Tumblr, Tout, SoundCloud, SWE Connecticut. And if you're going to be on if you're going to be on Twitter, send us some questions and comments using the hashtag that you see up in the upper left, that way, upper left-hand corner, Vinistry. You can send us comments and questions alike. And on Facebook, facebook.com/SportswireCT. You could find us on www.swe-ct.com. Then you could do www.myfatcatradio.com and www.fatcatradioenterprise.com. Also on YouTube, you could watch our stream live now at youtube.com/SportswireSWE. And then you could also follow us on YouTube with Sportswire SWE. You can follow us on Google Plus and Skype at Sportswire SWE as well. Also, on iTunes, I think I've been neglecting to mention this in quite a while. iTunes, you go to, obviously, the podcast page. You search Sportswire, you look for our flame logo, you hit the subscribe button, and that's all you got to do. Because then, every new episode of the Sportswire and every new game from the Connecticut Panthers that is broadcast here on Fat Cat Radio will go directly to your listening apparatus, be it an iPhone, an iPad, or iPod, or anything you have iTunes on, whether it's a computer or not. You get them all directly downloaded to your listening apparatus. So, thank you for the listeners. Thank you for the people who are here listening live now. I guarantee you it's going to be a great night. As you know, this past Saturday night, live on the WWE Network, was WWE from MSG. Brock Lesnar's return to Madison Square Garden in over a decade. The last time he was there was WrestleMania 20, where he lost to Goldberg. Obviously, it had a much different outcome this past Saturday, but we had a pretty good card, actually. I watched it pretty much from the beginning to the end. I took a brief break in the middle, but either way, it was a pretty decent card, and I like what WWE Network is doing. I got some more ideas for them going forward, and I'll get into that a little later. We're actually going to be debuting a new artist today that I haven't played yet. Yeah, I know. I've been stuck with the same, 6 or 7 or 8 artists that I've been playing. But we're actually going to be debuting a new artist on the show today. His name is Justin Calio. Sounds pretty good. Kind of a hip-hop artist with a throwback kind of Motown sound. So I'll be playing his song for you in later on in this episode. I am working, and first of all, I want to give a shout-out to Baby Doll from the Sports Guru show. She did a promo for Sportswire. I'll be playing that a little later. But I also want to give a shout-out to the Sports Guru show from Louisiana, from New Orleans. Like I said, she is on the radio. And, they've obviously they've been talking about the Saints and exactly how the Saints are going to be doing. They're huge Saints fans down there. Let me tell you something. The Saints fans are rabid because they're probably even more rabid than the Red Sox fan. And I have to say that the football fans alone, I think, are more rabid than baseball fans. And I've noticed that in the past, in the past few years that, you go to a football game, obviously you've got the tailgating in any kind of sport, but, it's one of those things where you actually, let's see, there we go. That's what I wanted to find out exactly. There we go. What you go to a football game, you have the tailgate, but the fans are rabid, and that's what I've noticed a lot is that football fans are a lot more. They're on actually if you're listening in Louisiana, in New Orleans, they are on radio 1560 AM. If you are able to listen to them, WSLA radio. So definitely check them out. That's the Sports Guru Show. They are on Facebook, facebook.com/The Sports Guru Show, all one word. Give them a like, listen to them, tell them Big Daddy Cool sent you. They have a phone number. I don't know their exact schedule, but follow them on Facebook. They'll let you know when they're on. They're on Facebook and Twitter, so follow them. Follow them just like that. All right. As I was saying, football fans are just a lot more rabid than baseball fans, and I think I know the reason why. The reason that football fans are more rabid is because of I don't know. I don't know whether it's the action or just the fact there's a lot less games. Because technically, if you think about it, the football season has 10% of the games of baseball, whereas baseball has 162 games. Football has 16, which is only, of course, like I said, 10%. But I think you get less chances. You only get 8 home games as opposed to 81. So, yeah, of course, you're going to want to see your favorite team play and your home team, and you only get to see them half the, a tenth of the time that you get to see baseball. So I can understand that. And the length of the season of baseball is, way too long. But, it's funny. I think, unfortunately, or fortunately, whatever way you want to look at it, I think that football has become the national pastime of the U.S. I think, unfortunately, baseball has taken a back seat now. And you could look at it from a number of different reasons. You can look at it look at it as the season is too long, or the games take too long, or the games tend to be boring. That's why they were putting in the timer for the pitchers. They had to pitch in 30 seconds. You can't just walk around the mound or whatever. I honestly think that that's why we're having such a drop in the importance and in the popularity of baseball. I still love baseball. But even I get myself drawn to football, and it could be the fact that fantasy football is just so huge, you try the fantasy baseball, and I think that fantasy baseball, you get like bored with it because it's a long season, and every week you're changing your lineup, and in football it's only 17 weeks long. We're in week 4, and we're just about done with week 4, and the season is already a quarter over. With baseball, it's like week 4 is only the end of the first month. It's only the end of April. You still have to go till October, so. Granted you have the postseason, the preseason, and technically the football season goes from August till about February, which is still, 6 months, and it's still a long time, but it's so spread out that, people just have more entertainment. They have more of an attention to it. Folks, I have to say that football is quickly becoming the new national pastime of the United States of America. Baseball has got to figure out a way, and I don't know whether it's the steroid scandals that have been going through, and the cheating with everywhere from Barry Bonds to Roger Clemens to A-Rod, but it's just amazing to me how much baseball has dropped off in terms of popularity in this country. The TV numbers just aren't there. And what could it be? I have a couple of ideas. And think about it this way. In football, you have your, I guess, secondary, your secondary channels that broadcast local football. Okay, your local team, like here in Connecticut, My TV9, which is the secondary station of Channel 8, which is ABC, My TV9 broadcasts the Yankees games and the Patriots games every so often, if it's not on a national channel. But most of the time, the national channels, the CBS, the NBC, the Fox, CBS and Fox have the Sunday 1 o'clock and 4:30 games. Okay? NBC has Sunday Night Football. ESPN has Monday Night Football. Okay, so other than ESPN, which is a cable network, okay, all the football games are on your local affiliates. And I know the 1 o'clock games you get chosen for you based on your locale or whatever. Because of course then they have NFL Ticket where you could watch all of them for pay-per-view or whatever. But you end up having the fact that almost all the games are available to you, whereas in baseball, very rarely are baseball games on a local affiliate network. Like I said, My TV9 maybe once a week, if that. Maybe every Tuesday night they get a Yankees game. Other than that, it's on Yes, which is Yankees Entertainment and Sports. It's a cable channel. You're not engaging the public because because no network will run a baseball game every night of the week because that's what they play every night of the week. It's like basketball. Other than ESPN, you get a basketball game on ABC every Saturday, let's say, or Sunday, whatever it is. Hockey, you get NBC hockey on NBC, NHL on NBC like once a week. No network affiliate wants to play sports for every single game of the season. Football is easier because it's only 1 day a week. I mean, other than CBS gets Thursday, but even that is only 8 games of the year. Then it switches over to the NFL Network. But again, CBS is a network, so it's more widely available to more people. It comes down to TV dollars. Nobody's going to put baseball on for every single game, unless it's a cable network like the Red Sox. I don't think I've ever seen a Red Sox game on network TV here in Connecticut, other than they've been on NESN, which is, obviously a cable network. I remember we got a couple of Boston stations at one point that used to play, Red Sox games. but, those have since gone by the wayside. Or they're still up in Boston and we just don't get them in Connecticut. But, there's no network coverage of baseball other than Fox for, the divisional series, and then Fox Saturday Baseball. But, again, that's only once a week. It's once a week, and they can only choose one of the, 30 games that's going on in baseball. So, how do you get people interested if you're not going to play all the games? Nowadays, like, I'll admit to you guys, we don't have cable at our house. Okay, we use the antenna to get the local networks, but then, Hulu, Netflix, WWE Network, Watch ESPN app, that's, what we have. In order to get live ESPN, we had a roommate that worked for ESPN, so we're able to watch live ESPN, ABC, and Disney. But that's all there is to it. That's all we have. Again, folks, if you have a question or a comment, use the hashtag Vinistry. That's right up in the left-hand corner of your screen, because that's where you will be able to reach us better. So, we are actually going to get to our first song right now, okay? It's our buddy Twism Whitepiece, okay? He's got his song out there. It's called Go Hard. Played it quite a few times, not only during the Sportswire episodes, but the Panthers games. So here's Twism Whitepiece with Go Hard right here on the Sportswire.
In this life, yo, never backing down. Go hard on this mic, yo, always rock the crowd. Go hard on the stage, yo, lead a place of mates. Go hard in this game, yo, gotta win the race. I go hard with it, 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 I go hard in this game. Go hard on the stage, go hard on the mic, go hard in this life. I go hard with it each and every day. I go hard with it each and every way. I stray away from lanes too messed up in the brain to see the way my reign stays. No games played, all work, all day. All earned, no fake. Cushy burning all day. Yellow bone going down in hallways. I run this rap game in always. Giving thanks to my savior, all praise. Perfect total package, yep, always. Man, you know the way I go. Full throttle, game on smoke. Hit down low, get your trunk full of bangers bumping, haters jumping. When you get to thumping down your block, whether Dodge, Lexus, or Maybach, I'm on top non-stop. Best of the new next. Take a second, get to reppin' Team Elite. Yeah, they flexin'. Look at the path laid before me. Two-steppin' and I'm jigging all day. Two-steppin' and I'm jigging all day. Hard in this life, yo, never backing down. Go hard on this mic, yo, always rock the crowd. Go hard on the stage, yo, lead a place of mates. Go hard in this game, yo, gotta win the race. I go hard with it, 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 I go hard in this game. Go hard on the stage, go hard on the mic, go hard in this life. I go harder than the next man. That's why I'm getting featured as the industry's next man. Keep these haters stressed, man, perplexed and wondering what kind of wonder I'ma be doing next, man. 223's aim, man, I did that. Now I'm on another level where I'm telling Kimbo, go get that. Yellow bone, let me hit that. Kush, man, big bag, let me get that. This rap game, it's a rap kid. I'm on another letting kid. Rude boy clothes, man, all up on my back. And the chain so shiny, lightning McQueen flash. And them haters talking smack. Team Elite, go handle that. Man, the game's so addictive that I know you'll come right back. Swag so official, yellow bone coming back to back. Down for the ride, sponsor, you can call him Fat Cat. On my own clothing line, you can go and Google that. Still think you're better, man, where we meeting at? Meeting hard in this life, yo, never backing down. Go hard on this mic, yo, always rock the crowd. Go hard on the stage, yo, lead a place of mates. Go hard in this game, yo, gotta win the race. I go hard with it, I go this game. Go hard on the stage, go hard on the mic, go hard in this life, I go hard.
Hey guys, Vanessa here from Pose. Are you tired of listening to the same old stations? Are you ready for a change? Well, there's something new coming your way. Fat Cat Radio, hosted by Twism White Peas. Listen to what you've been missing.
All right, folks, that was Twism White Peace with Go Hard right here on the Sportswire. Great talent, like I said. You know, he's a fellow DJ here on Fat Cat Radio. He's you know, he runs 8:30 to 10 p.m. I think 3 nights a week here on the East Coast. So definitely tune in for Fat Cat Radio with Twism White Peace. He does the best in independent, local, unsigned hip hop and R&B, and you know, definitely a great a great artist. That's what I will say. All right. So, first of all, I would like to thank our sponsors. I forgot to do that in the first segment. Our sponsors definitely are Jerry Wilson from It's So Real Productions, Stay Blessed Productions, Wayne Jones from Black Line Entertainment Music Group, and Sister Sue's Homemade Jams and Jellies from West Virginia. They're all on Facebook. Check them all out. Also, M&J Video Games and First Base Sports Cards and Collectibles in Southington and Wallingford, Connecticut. Check them out. They do all the autograph signings. I got to find out when the next one is so I can let you all know. I believe it's going to be like Tony Atlas and Tito Santana, if I'm not mistaken. But definitely check them out because definitely check them out because it you know, you get some pretty good. Like I said, I met Ted DiBiase. I had a good interview with him a few months ago. You know, I met Tony Atlas. I met Tito Santana. I had a good interview with him. Met Tatanka. I got to drive Tatanka around in my car, and I had a great talk with him. Although I forgot to record it. So you know, quite honestly, it didn't get recorded. It would have been a great interview had I been recording it, but I think I was a little starstruck, so to speak. Tatanka was somebody I grew up watching. So that's that's what it is. You know, even me, you know, I do get starstruck. You know, even though I'm on a podcast now, and you know, I'm part of Team Elite, and here on Fat Cat Radio, you know, I get starstruck because, you know, it's like I'm not around, you know, stars and celebrities all the time. You know, so it's like when I see somebody that I grew up watching, you know, even a couple years ago when I got to meet Kevin Nash, and you know, he was there signing autographs, and I got to meet him, and I you know, it was like I couldn't find the words to approach him to find out how I could go about, you know, getting an interview with him. And, you know, I thought, because I thought it was all set up, but of course it was not. You know, and then I had to ask him, how can I go about getting an actual, you know, official interview with you? And he gave me his email address, and I emailed him, he never got back to me. But, you know, it's just how it is. Kevin Nash, my all-time favorite wrestler. You know, him and Hulk Hogan. I actually got some news on Hulk Hogan. Speaking of which, might as well go into the WWE segment now, as WWE has switched from gold for going for Connor's cure in Pediatric Cancer Awareness Month of September. They are now going pink for Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and you know, they do that with the Susan G. Komen Foundation all the time. So you know, so definitely find out what you can do to help breast cancer awareness, because you know, we could rise above cancer and stomp out cancer as long as we all work together. So going over to WWE, this past Saturday we had obviously WWE Live at MSG It was televised and live exclusively on the WWE Network. And in the main event, it was Seth Rollins and John Cena in the steel cage for the U.S. title. And Demon Kane came out earlier in the night. Corporate Kane had an interview with Renee Young. He was on crutches, couldn't move. But then Demon Kane comes out. Seth Rollins was about to win. He was straddling the top of the cage, and he was getting ready to win. And Demon Kane ended up coming out, and basically Seth Rollins didn't know which way he wanted to go. If he escaped the cage and won, he would have gotten taken out by Kane. If he went back in, obviously there was a chance that John Cena would have won. And, well, he went back in. John Cena did end up winning. He hit him with the AA and pinned him 1, 2, 3 in the middle of the ring. And then Kane came in and started decimating Seth Rollins with a chokeslam and a tombstone. And I like where they're going. I like this angle with Kane. I want to see Kane get one more run with the world title because I've been reading the message boards, and other than Cena having the title for a few months, and between WrestleMania and between Money in the Bank and SummerSlam, and I think that was only maybe a month. It's been heel dominated, the world title, from Randy Orton to, well, obviously Daniel Bryan won it and had to forfeit it, and then Cena won it, and then he lost to Brock Lesnar, but then it went from Brock Lesnar to Seth Rollins, and we've had heel dominated world championship pretty much for the past 3 years. And it's time to get a face in there. I do not consider Brock Lesnar a face because he is a heel. He's just a monster. Granted, he's performing he was performing as the face against Seth Rollins, but he's a heel. Paul Heyman, no matter how entertaining he is a heel manager. And we need to get a face as the world champion. So, and John Cena's had his time. So give it to Kane. Kane is now a face, obviously. And, let Kane have a run with the title. Then you could get it to somebody else. Seth Rollins, I'm sorry, but you devalue the World Heavyweight Championship when you have it on somebody who's a cruiserweight. Seth Rollins is 220 pounds, soaking wet. He's a cruiserweight. And when they had the World Heavyweight Championship on Rey Mysterio, it devalues it. It's saying, okay, well, anybody can come in and become world champion. Well, obviously in wrestling, that's true because it's all predetermined. But, for them to put the title on smaller guys like that, even Eddie Guerrero, I never liked Eddie Guerrero's world title. I never liked Eddie Guerrero, period. But, as the world champion, no, I didn't believe in him as a world champion. I don't believe Seth Rollins is a world champion. Roman Reigns, yes. Maybe even Dean Ambrose, but not Seth Rollins. All right, so in the other match that was publicized, it was Brock Lesnar against the Big Show. The Big Show gave Brock 3 chokeslams at the very beginning of the match. 3, and Brock just bounced up and got up and kept going at him. And I understand what they're doing with Brock Lesnar to show he's a monster, he can take stuff, but, they kind of ruin the Big Show. They ruin the fact that the Big Show is a giant, and they're kind of ruining his character, the gimmick that he's a giant by having somebody like Brock Lesnar, Granted, they want to show he can take a lot of punishment, blah, 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 blah. I understand all that. But at the same time, you're allowing somebody to get up from 3 finishers, 3 chokeslams, when nobody, is really able to get up from 1 normally. Then he went for the knockout punch, and Brock ducked it and gave him a couple of belly-to-back suplexes, German suplexes, which, brought Big Show to Suplex City. And that's, what it is. They were, they publicized that Brock Lesnar got Big Show into Suplex City. He did screw up at one point. He tried to put him up in the F5 and actually the weight was not distributed right, and he ended up dropping him. He had to go for it again. But, it is what it is. He got Big Show up in the F5. He gave him 2 F5s, actually. Gave him, I think, 5 German suplexes. And it just devalues the Big Show. I think the Big Show's career is just about over, but at least give him some dignity to go out with. Andre the Giant, kind of went out quietly. He didn't really have that swan song, so to speak. Give the Big Show some, swan song. He is the best giant that we've ever seen in WWE history, in pro wrestling history. The Great Khali is nothing compared to the Big Show. Great Khali could barely move. He looks like the freaking genie from Aladdin. And I'm not talking about his ethnic heritage. I'm talking about his body style. He's like giant up on top and then has these little chicken legs. These small legs that can barely support his body. It's like a very disproportionate style of person, but that's the way it is. So that's that. We're going to get to our next song right now. Oh, well, before I do, let me go over the rest of the WWE from MSG card, if I could pull it up. I'm going to try to get to it now. I upgraded my computers to Windows 10, which is great, because I think Windows 10 is awesome. The only problem I have is that they took away Internet Explorer, which we all knew was going to happen, and they gave you Microsoft Edge. And Microsoft Edge is basically Internet Explorer, only a little better. They tried to do it like Chrome, where now you can write on the pages, and, they wanted to give it a cool name. But basically, oh boy. I just saw a headline on WrestleZone, and I'll have to get to that one next. But I want to at least give you the results of the WWE special at MSG before I end up... oh, bother. Yeah, see, it's like every time you click on something, it says... It says you can't, it stops responding. So, and they have all the freaking advertisements, which I don't like. But every time you click on something, for a second it goes to not responding. And I don't like that. But, it is what it is. Alright. So, here are the results of the MSG special from October 3rd. Today being October 5th, so it was 2 days ago. And it's like it stops responding for a couple of seconds, and I think that's absolutely horrible. I really do. But all right, here we go. In the first match of the night, all right. Also, we got big news for you in a couple minutes as well from McDonald's of all places. WWE MSG special. Okay, the first match was Sheamus and Rusev versus Summer Rae. Sheamus and Rusev with Summer Rae versus Dolph Ziggler and Randy Orton. Ziggler and Orton ended up winning the match. It was a decent match. Not too many high spots, but it ended up, Ziggler and Orton won. At the end, Rusev started going down on, really berating Sheamus, saying, "Oh, you're nothing," and this and that. And then he came back in and he gave Sheamus gave Rusev the bro kick, and really put Rusev and then told Rusev to kiss his arse. Then this is when Kane had his backstage interview. Second match was Neville versus Stardust, and of course, Stardust gets frustrated by the Cody Rhodes chants. I don't know necessarily about that whole thing, but Neville ended up winning because he got he hit the red arrow, and it was actually a pretty good match. And it was a pretty good match. Neville ended up with the victory, and I wonder where they're going to go with that, with that angle, with that storyline. Then Paul Heyman had a backstage interview. Now, Paul Heyman, like I said, he will always have the absolute best promos. Paul Heyman is the absolute best in the business on the mic at this point in time. You know, Bobby Heenan was the best at his time. Paul Heyman is the best at his time. You know, so that's what, and they're making it so that, you know, Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar are faces. You know, because Paul Heyman is saying how, you know, in Madison Square Garden, the Big Show stinks, and it's like the Boston Celtics coming in. You know, so, you know, that's, you know, it's like they're trying to make them faces. I don't consider Brock Lesnar a face at this point in time because he's only comes back every so often. But, you know, it is what it is. That's what they want to do. The next match was Team Bella versus Team PCB. Obviously, there's some tension in the ranks with Team PCB, with Paige going off on Charlotte, you know, last Monday. And then on SmackDown, there was some more shenanigans where Paige left Charlotte and Becky Lynch. Towards the end, Paige got in, and Paige ended up getting tagged in and wanted to go tag either Charlotte or Becky Lynch, and they both left her high and dry and jumped down from the from the apron and ended up leaving her, basically. And then Nikki got the rack attack and got the win. And then Charlotte got a promo saying that she would never leave her teammates like that, and she doesn't know if she got to forgive Becky or Charlotte. And just craziness. You know, that's all it is. It's just absolute craziness because we all know that she already did that on Thursday and on Monday. So, you know, so that's that. All right, fourth match was Kevin Owens versus Chris Jericho for the Intercontinental title. And I was actually, I was actually surprised that Jericho was there. I didn't realize Jericho was going to be there, which I think, you know, he had said that on his podcast, but he couldn't, he didn't, he might have mentioned it, but I probably forgot. But, you know, so it was Jericho and Kevin Owens for the IC title. Jericho saying it was the 25th anniversary of his wrestling debut, that he was in the Moose Hall in Canada in front of 15 people, and now he's at Madison Square Garden, you know, where his father played for the Rangers, and, you know, all that happy stuff. You know, Lance Storm and some other people were in the front row, you know, and I believe, Kevin Owens ended up winning and keeping the title, which we kind of figured was going to happen. And then after that, the next match on the card was the New Day with Xavier Woods versus Dudley Boys for the tag titles. And, of course, the Dudleys won by disqualification, so they didn't get the titles. You know, that's, you know, what it is there. And, you know, the Dudleys ended up winning and by DQ, but, you know, New Day kept the titles. But they ended up still putting Xavier Woods through the table, which has been pretty much what they've been doing on every show thus far. Is you know, somebody going through the table, and usually it's Xavier Woods. And then you had the Big Show and Brock Lesnar, and then you had you know, Seth Rollins and John Cena, and that was that. So, okay. We're going to go to our second song, finally, right? We're going to go to our next song. It is AJ Jansen, right here on the Sportswire. Alright, let me get to that. We're going to get to that. And we're going to get to that.
bayou on a well-beaten path, and the sounds of the Southland coming on full blast. Gonna take on the night. We'll be early morning light. Gonna stay out till the cows come home. Give me some low down, hold down, buck kicking kind of sound that makes me wanna dance. Give me some earth shaking, love making, heartbreaking, motorists until getting kind of trash. Give me something real, something kind of sultry. Give me some dirty country. About the time I turned 18, I was down in New Orleans, making nice with all the locals in this town. Oh, the music spoke to me, and I knew I had to be the luckiest girl in this country bluesy crowd. Give me some low down, hold down, ball kicking kind of sound that makes me wanna dance. Give me some earth shaking, love making, heartbreaking, motorists and tailgating kind of trash. Give me something real, something kind of sultry. Give me some dirty country. Give me some low down, hold down, ball kicking kind of sound that makes me wanna dance. Give me some earth shaking, love making, heartbreaking, motorists and tailgating kind of trash. Give me something real, oh, something kind of sultry. Give me some dirty country. Give me some low down, hold down, ass kicking kind of sound that makes me wanna dance. Give me some earth shaking, love making, heartbreaking, motorists and tailgating kind of trash. Give me something real, something kind of sultry. Give me some dirty country. Give me some dirty country. Give me some D-I-R-T-Y country.
This is Baby Doll from WSLA 1560 AM's The Sports Guru Show, and you're listening to Sportswire. It's the hottest sports show in entertainment.
And thank you for that, Baby Doll. We are the hottest sports show in entertainment. The most electrifying... No, I'll stop right there. But yes, that's right. You are listening to Sportswire. That was AJ Jansen with Dirty Country right here on the Sportswire. And I will say, like I said, you know, she's a fantastic talent from right here in Connecticut. Unfortunately, she could not sing the national anthem at the, game, the Panthers game a couple weeks ago because, well, she was out of town. However, we are going to go now to some Panthers news. Connecticut Panthers news, that's right. So, as I want to say, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching if you're watching on YouTube. Again, thank you for listening. I have a feeling that I think what I'm going to try to do from now on is separate the streams. So I'm going to end up having... Well, no, I can't do that. I can't do that. It's got to be coming from the same... Anyways. I will say that I do think that, there's issues, obviously, with running a simulcast of video and audio, because, the bandwidth and all that kind of stuff. Maybe the processor isn't so fast, but I want to thank y'all for listening anyways. And if I find out that the quality is not good, I will cut out the video simulcast until I get a much stronger computer. With that being said, we're still simulcasting on YouTube. So I want to thank you for watching and or listening, whatever you are choosing to do. All right, so as I said, if you want to reach us, definitely go to the hashtag Vinistry on Twitter and let us know exactly what you're thinking, what's on your mind, what you're thinking about doing, because actually I got another notification on Twitter, and I wonder who it's from. But see, yeah, that's the thing. You click on something, and it. Okay, so we got another person following us now on the Sportswire, Steve Dotto. But hey, you know what? We now I'm getting a lot of podcasters following Sportswire now, which is really cool. But again, it's I want to get people to notice the Sportswire. I want to get hashtag Vinistry being the best and the highest. What is it? The number one trending search worldwide, hashtag Vinistry. Let's try to do that, people. WWE gets it. Why can't I? But anyways, it is what it is. I want to thank you all for listening anyways, here on Fat Cat Radio, whether you're watching on YouTube or listening on Fat Cat Radio. And again, like I said, every time you click on Microsoft Edge, it has an issue where it's, it doesn't respond every so often, and I don't like that. But, it is what it is. We are still live. We are still here on the Sportswire. So now we're going to go over to some Connecticut Panthers news, and we're actually going to give you the updated brackets this past weekend, as you can tell if you're watching on YouTube. All right, the Rhode Island War in the Northern Division, the Rhode Island War Dogs defeated the Little Nor'easter 16-6 to move on to now they're going to have to go up and face the Southern Maine Raging Bulls, obviously in Southern Maine, in the divisional round this coming weekend. So it'll be the Southern Maine Raging Bulls taking on the Rhode Island War Dogs, and the North Shore Generals will be taking on the Boston Bandits. In the Southern Division, the Western Connecticut Militia will now face the Pioneer Valley Knights. The Knights knocked off the Colts 26-6. I'm sorry, the War Dogs won 18-6. The Pioneer Valley Knights beat the Colts 26-6. And that'll end up being now the Knights will go into Danbury to take on the Militia. And your reigning, defending, undisputed 2013 and 14 NEFL Colonial Conference champions, the Connecticut Panthers, will be hosting the Connecticut Chiefs one more time at Falcon Field in Meriden, Connecticut. That will be this coming Sunday, October 11th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time in Meriden at Falcon Field. If you're interested in singing the national anthem, let me know. Shoot me over a email to sportswire@swe-ct.com, and just let me know how that how you're going to do, if you want to. So that's how it is now. The next games will be the semifinal October 17th to the 18th, and the championship. The AAA championship will be October 24th. And no matter where that is, as long as the Panthers are playing, we will be live on Fat Cat Radio to broadcast the AAA championship for the NEFL. And that's what it is. So that's the Connecticut Panthers news for you. Last Thursday we had that great interview with Mark Welch. He did confirm with me that Sunday the 11th will work at 7. And that's what it is. That's what there is to it. So that's it for the Panthers news. And we're definitely wishing the Panthers good luck going forward in the NEFL playoffs and and then the championship. All right, we're gonna get to our next song. This is our debut song for the week. Justin Calio, who he's from Orangeburg, South Carolina, where Charlotte Benjamin is from. It's called "Love You Tonight." It's produced by Street Runner. It's actually a pretty good song. Like I said, you'll hear it. He's got a pretty good crossover mix. Some Motown, some hip-hop, but a pretty good song. So here's Justin Calio right here on the Sportswire. There we go.
I wanna lay ya, baby, so can I lay you tonight? I'm like no other, baby, let's have a hell of a night, Alright, alright, alright. Placing above you, but baby, I'm not a settling tight. So sorry, baby, I can't lay you for life. Let's go, let's go.
You say you wanna roll with me, then let's go. But baby, don't fall for me, cause I'll go.
Stop with the melodrama. I mean, excuse me, mama. You want the finer things, then don't you ain't Cabana, the Louis out of Prada. I think I buy you nada. See me, I beat it up, press release and pop my collar. She hoping I'm a caller. I hope it's not a problem. Don't need no issues with you catching feelings, causing drama. I handle my business with precision and marijuana. No time for superficials. Need no more baby mamas. I'm just saying, baby, I like it just the way it is. I'm talking cut friends. I seek one to cut away. See, we could touch a bit and afterwards I gotta split. I'm just telling it like it is. It's as real as it gets, yeah. I wanna lay ya, baby, so can I lay you tonight? I'm like no other, baby, let's have a hell of a night. Alright, alright, alright. Placing above you, but baby, I'm not a settling tight. So sorry, baby, I can't lay you for life. Let's go, let's go.
You say you wanna roll with me, then let's go. But baby, don't fall for me, cause I'll go.
Excuse me, miss, I'm sorry for interrupting. I'm sorry for misking something, for making something from nothing. It wasn't, or really was it? Was blinded by the assumptions, was trying to be triumphant, was ready for the becoming. I know, it's not improbable, any obstacles optional, making possible possible. We the people unstoppable. Is it logical that we can last until the end of time? I'm focused on my grind, never mind, I must decline. Baby, so can I lay you tonight? I'm like no other, baby, let's have a hell of a night. Alright, alright, alright. Placing above you, but baby, I'm not a settling tight. So sorry, baby, I can't lay you for life. Let's go, let's go.
You say you wanna roll with me, then let's go. But baby, don't fall for me, cause I'll go.
Baby, so can I lay you tonight? I'm like no other, baby, let's have a hell of a night. Alright, alright, alright. Placing above you, but baby, I'm not a settling tight. So sorry, baby, I can't lay you for life. Let's go.
All right, and that was Justin Calio here on the Sportswire with Love You Tonight. Like I said, debut song, never heard here on Fat Cat Radio before, and never heard on the Sportswire, of course, but definitely a great, sounds really, really good, and I will be honest with you on that one, it sounds really good. Not necessarily my cup of tea in terms of songs, but you know what, I've been opening my creative mind lately, and listening to different songs, different music, and really good song, really good beat behind it. He's got a really smooth voice. So again, Justin Calio. Follow him on Facebook and Twitter, and definitely check him out. Justin, Justin, Calio, Kaleo. All right. So Week 4, NFL National Football League. Week 4. All right. Started out on Thursday, October 1st, Ravens and the Steelers. Steelers, first week without Ben Roethlisberger in a long time. And had Michael Vick at the helm. And actually, it was a really good game for Vick. Matter of fact, they were up, for a while. And then, all of a sudden, Baltimore started coming back. ended up going to overtime, tying the score 20-20. Ended up going to overtime, hitting a field goal to go to overtime, and they went to overtime, and then the Ravens pulled it out in overtime, 23-20. So the Ravens get their first win of the year. And then in the London game, it was a 9 o'clock a.m. game here. The Jets continue their winning ways, ended up beating the Dolphins 27-14. Indianapolis Colts defeated the Jacksonville Jaguars 16-13. New York Giants, they defeated the Buffalo Bills 24-10. Big win for the Giants. The Carolina Panthers are now 4-0. Who would have thunk it? They defeated the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 37-23. Washington Redskins, they also get a win 23-20 over the Philadelphia Eagles, in which DeMarco Murray is criticizing the Eagles for not getting enough touches. Well, that's what he should have thought about before he left Dallas. The Bears defeated the Raiders 22-20. Had to come down to a 2-point conversion by that score. The Atlanta Falcons won 48-21. Devontae Adams, is that his name? I'll have to get to it when I get to my fantasy. But either way, their running back helped me out tremendously. Thank you, God. Beautiful amount of points, and I will tell you about that in just a little bit. All right, the Cincinnati Bengals, or the Bagels, or the Bengals, or Bagels, whatever you want to call them. They ended up defeating the Kansas City Chiefs 36-21. The San Diego Chargers beat the Browns 30-27. The Green Bay Packers also went to 4-0. What's new there? They defeated the 49ers 17-3. St. Louis Rams defeated the Cardinals 24-22 in what was a great game from what I've seen. The Broncos, they defeated the Vikings 23-20. And then last night, the New Orleans Saints get their first win behind Drew Brees, who did play, against the Tony Romo-less Dallas Cowboys 26-20 in overtime. That was a pretty good game back and forth. There was a wicked call on one of the Cowboys' touchdowns where one of the guys jumped in and had one hand on the ball, broke the plane to get the touchdown, but then the ball got knocked out of his hands. It was ruled a fumble on the field, but then after a review, they overturned it and it was ruled as a touchdown. So that's the Saints and the Cowboys. Tonight, Monday Night Football, the Detroit Lions go into Seattle to face the Seahawks, and the Seahawks will have their 12th man. So I'm wondering how that's going to affect the game. Now, for fantasy football news, SWE Powerhouse, we took on Big Airy Balls, one of the teams in our Football on the Farm League. Okay, we ended up winning. Neither one of us had anybody playing the Sunday night or the Monday night game, so the game was over yesterday evening, and the SWE Powerhouse defeated Big Air Balls 107-92.2, and here's how it breaks down. For the quarterback matchup, because Roethlisberger was hurt, I had to start Carson Palmer, okay, and Carson Palmer got 18 points, 29 of 46, 352 yards, 1 touchdown, threw an interception. He had 1 running attempt and -1 rushing yards. Phillip Rivers, for him, scored 32.2 points, 23 for 38, 358 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 running attempt, -1 rushing yards. Okay. Anderson from Denver, the running back 1 matchup. I had Anderson from Denver, got 7 points, 11 attempts, 43 yards, 1 reception, 27 receiving yards. And he had Eddie Lacy from Green Bay, 9.3 points, 18 attempts, 90 yards, 1 reception, 3 reception yards. Devontae Freeman from Atlanta, this is run back 2, 32.9 points, 14 attempts, 68 yards, 3 touchdowns. That's 18 points right there. 5 receptions and 81 receiving yards. So he had a ton of points, 32.9. That's what helped me win. Then he had Miller from Miami, 3.6 points, 7 attempts, 26 yards, 1 reception, 10 receiving yards. In the wide receiver 1 matchup, I had Brown from Arizona, 8.8 points, 7 receptions, 75 yards, 1 rushing attempt, 13 rushing yards. He had Beckham Jr. from the Giants, 3.8 points, 5 receptions, 38 yards. I had Michael Crabtree from Oakland, 8 points, 5 receptions, 80 yards. He had Demaryius Thomas from Denver, 9.3 points, 9 receptions, 93 yards. In the tight end matchup, I had Travis Kelce from Kansas City, 2.9 points, 5 receptions, 4.9 yards, and a fumble. He had Clay from Buffalo, 11.1 points, 9 receptions, 111 yards. In our flex position matchup, I had Johnson from Arizona, 16 attempts, 83 yards, 9.4 points, 16 attempts, 83 yards, 3 receptions, 11 receiving yards. He had Landry from Miami, 6.9 points, 4 receptions, 40 yards, 2 rushing attempts, 29 rushing yards. In the defense special teams category, I had the Rams defense. Unfortunately, this is the second week in a row I had my defense facing my quarterback. But I had the Rams defense, 7 points. They got 1 interception, 2 fumble recoveries, but 22 points against. And then the Jets, he had the Jets defense, 10 points, 2 interceptions, 14 points against. And then the kicker matchup, I picked up Gano from Carolina earlier this week to take over for Vinatieri, who was doing nothing over the past 3 weeks. And Gano got me 13 points. 3 for 3 for field goals and 4 for 4 for extra points. And then he had Bryant from Atlanta, 6 points, 6 for 6 in extra point attempts. So that's how it broke down. On the bench, really nothing big to note. His backup quarterback was Gurley from St. Louis, who had 16.1 points. I'm sorry, no, he's not a quarterback. He's a backup running back, 16.1 points, who he probably should have started. Would have given him a better chance to win, but I'm glad he did not. So that's how it breaks down. And the SWE powerhouse is now, the SW powerhouse is now 2-2. Okay, and I'm trying to find out. Let's get to this. Let's go to the scoreboard here. Obviously, we won. Okay. The next match, Deflated Balls has a 105.6 lead over Bobby Sack Attack, 85.1. Bobby Sack Attack has 1 guy to play tonight. The next one, Purple Cobras are crushing the Walking Dead, 103 to 37.9. However, the Walking Dead has 1 person to play tonight. I'd say that game is just about over. East Coast Renegades, 76.4 to Deflate Us because they ain't us, 72.9. They both have one guy to play tonight. And then the Fantasy Jinx has 119.8 over the South Bronx Bullies, who have 57. However, they have 3 guys going tonight. In the standings, this is current, has not factored into today's this week's games yet. But now I will move into a possible tie for, well, no, it won't be a tie because I think East Coast, well, I don't know, maybe. But I will move into definitely into 4th place with the win over Big Airy Balls. Currently in the yellow, I don't know who came up with these conference names. In the yellow conference, the South Bronx Bullies and the Deflate Us because they ain't us are both 2-1. Bobby Sack Attack and the Walking Dead are 1-2, and the Fantasy Jinx are 0-3. In the darker shade of yellow, the Purple Cobras are 3-0. Deflated Balls and East Coast Renegades are 2-1, and then Big Airy Balls and SW Powerhouse are 1-2. Obviously, you know that SW Powerhouse goes to 2-2, and Big Airy Balls goes to 1-3. So that's what it is, right? As we stand, I'll give you the updated the updated standings on Thursday's episode. All right, we're going to go to our next song right now. Actually, we'll probably go for our next 2 songs in a row. First song is going to be a band that we've been playing, trying to figure out how to announce it, but a band we've been playing on the show. It is Second Skin. We're going to show with another song of theirs. It's called Echo, right here on the Sportswire.
Hey, you guys know we're doing a video, right? This is the fucking song. I want to see all you guys go fucking crazy out there. This tune is called Echo. We'll have it out in a couple weeks.
Can't fight without you, baby. Go slow, you move too quickly. Wasn't ready to fly on my own. You grew to love me, baby. Our love was not forsaken. We took a vow for all the time. I'll find you in heaven. is knowing that you are mine. The night that time stood still, babe, from the minute you left. I keep praying to Jesus, let this be a dream. I will find you in heaven, and when I get there, get together, and I'll be safe in your arms. Keep telling myself, never forget, never forget, never forget.
All right, folks, and that was Jenna Murata with Never Forget on the Sportswire, preceded by Echo from Second Skin. I apologize for the language in Echo. I didn't pre-screen it, and that's my fault. I should have. But, again, that was Echo from Second Skin. Folks, we've got some big news. As a matter of fact, for you people out there like me, I first of all, last Tuesday was National Coffee Day, National Coffee Appreciation Day, whatever it was. Dunkin' Donuts gave out free dark roast, medium dark roast coffees, one per person per visit. Well, Dunkin' Donuts are so concentrated, at least up here in the Northeast, that I was able to get 4 free cups of coffee. I was wired. That was probably a mistake because it had some adverse reaction on my stomach. But regardless, it's Dunkin' Donuts' own fault for being, one every corner. But however, yesterday, Sunday, the 4th of October, was National Taco Day and National Vodka Day. What a combination. No, I did not have either one. I did not have vodka or tacos. But either way, it was National Taco Vodka Day. However, tomorrow, the 6th of October, is a special day. Okay? For those of you who enjoy McDonald's breakfast, okay, their Egg McMuffins, their hotcakes and sausage, their big breakfasts, as of tomorrow, breakfast will be served all day long at McDonald's. I am happy as a pig in poo. First of all, I like McDonald's breakfasts better than their actual burgers. I'm sorry, but I do. I thoroughly enjoy them. Better than their burgers and stuff. But as of tomorrow, McDonald's will be starting to sell their breakfasts all day long. And I think that's probably a head up on the competition because Burger King will probably end up being next, and then Taco Bell. Sonic always does a lot of their breakfast foods all day long. Obviously, IHOP, but they're not really competition for McDonald's. IHOP brought back their monster pancakes now. They're pretty cute for kids. So that's just some potpourri for you, some small little tidbits of information for you. All right, so we're going to get on to our final segment of the show. And what does that mean? That means it's our dumb laws of the day. Today we're going to Delaware, all right, the tax-free state. Okay, so here we go. In Delaware, Delaware is such a small country, such a small state. It's very small, anyways. There's only a few laws here. R-rated movies shall not be shown at drive-in theaters. Well, that's smart. That's smart. You don't want to, drive-in theaters should be for families anyways. Unless you get the few that want to make out, but that's a different story. It is illegal to fly over any body of water unless one is carrying sufficient supplies of food and drink. Okay. Wow. All right. Well, they don't want to get stranded. In Lewes, Delaware, it is illegal to wear pants that are firm-fitting around the waist. Okay. Getting married on a dare is grounds for an annulment. I can understand that. I don't know who would want to get... Wow, okay. No person shall pretend to sleep on a beach on the boardwalk. Why would you want to pretend to sleep on a beach on a boardwalk? Changing into or out of a bathing suit in a public restroom is prohibited. I don't know why. 6-year-old girls may not run around without being fully clothed. Okay, that's normal. Alcohol may not be served in nightclubs if dancing is occurring on the premises at the same time. Okay, that's even worse in Connecticut. Connecticut, you're not allowed to serve alcohol when it's a fully nude dancing. You can do it if it's topless, but if you're fully nude, you can't have alcohol. That's crazy, but it is what it is. No person shall change clothes in his or her vehicle. I don't understand why. I've done that before. On Halloween, children may only trick-or-treat from 6 to 8 p.m., and if Halloween falls on a Sunday, they must trick-or-treat on October 30th during the same time interval. That's craziness. Oh, bother. One may not whisper in church. Okay. And then in South Bethany, all persons must carry a bag with them at all times when they walk their dog in case the dog poops or risk a $100 fine. Yes, it says the word poops in the law. In case said dog poops or risk a $100 fine. Folks, that's craziness. But again, I can understand. Clean up after your dog. It's the right thing to do. So I want to thank you all for listening or watching if you're watching on YouTube. We've had a great show today. Definitely check out McDonald's Breakfast tomorrow all day long. Stay tuned for this Thursday at 10 a.m. The Sportswire will be back and better than ever with another episode, another attack to your audiological senses. And this coming Sunday, October 11th, Falcon Field, 7 p.m., your reigning, defending, undisputed 2014 NFL Colonial Conference champions, the Connecticut Panthers, to start defending their championship in the playoffs. They start with the Connecticut Chiefs, 7 p.m. game time, Falcon Field, Meriden, Connecticut. So we will see you Thursday. As always, visit us on Facebook, facebook.com/SportswireCT. Okay? Facebook.com/FatCatRadio Enterprise. Then you get to www.myfatcatradio.com or www.swe-ct.com. On Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, SoundCloud, Foursquare, Periscope, anything else on Snapchat, I think, as well. SWE Connecticut. And then on YouTube, Google Plus, and Skype, Sportswire SWE. Thank you to our great musical talent for this week. Thank you to our sponsors. Thank you guys for listening. So, folks, we're done for the day. We will see y'all in a couple days on Thursday. Have a great week.